Hello, and welcome to Moscato and Tea. This is the show for all things beauty, business, and community. With your hosts, Inez and Chiquita, keeping it raw, real, and unfiltered.
What it do, boo?
And why are you so close to the mic?
I don't know.
And why are you singing everything?
Happy belated B-Day.
Oh, Lord. You're a mess.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Made it to another day. Construction everywhere in California, but made it today to hang out with you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you took a lot of time and effort to try to hang out with me. You look like you just rolled out of bed, but, we all have our days.
That means I care.
Right.
Because I actually got out of bed. So you should be very grateful that I care.
Okay, true. That the fact that she even showed up.
Thank you.
That
means Chiquita cares when she actually shows up.
Yeah, Chiquita cared because she showed up.
Because I could have texted and been like,
I'm done.
Yeah.
And you're infamous for that. So
hello.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
learning those boundaries. Let me tell you, I have taken it on with grandeur. But welcome to Moscato and Tea once again. We are going to get into some hot topics. Get into some things.
Yes, that's our favorite. Hot topics.
People love
sizzling. It be hot.
You be getting us in trouble a lot.
Me?
So I have to kind of, what is it? Allegedly and warn everybody, please. This is her views. I'm the nice one.
Whatever. It's called opinions. And like I said, everyone like an asshole, everyone has one.
They do.
So, people got opinions. You have a right to believe and say whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean you're going to change the same way what I believe, and my opinions ain't going to change or sway anybody's own beliefs.
So true.
But that's what makes us all great as human beings.
Some of us go a little too far with our opinions, on social media, but
we've had some. Me, I'm so busy and other stuff. I didn't.
Yes.
You should let me know. You know what's better that you, because
Yes.
you know me.
Yes,
I'll respond, and I'll respond very nicely.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what you call me. Okay.
Yeah, I'll respond very nicely to the point, straight to it. Not a problem. That's what makes me me.
Oh God.
At the end of the day, it's good to get what is it? Constructive, with my fingers up, constructive criticism.
That's what we call it.
Yeah, that's what we call it, because I can't take nothing personal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I took things personal, my life would be really in the shit, and I would worry about what other people think about me or how they feel. It's constructive criticism. I could take it, take it with a grain of salt. This is what I call freedom of speech and freedom to say whatever you feel. As far as opinions,
yes.
Allegedly, a lot of things I'm very passionate about. Like I'm sure people who are commenting and their opinions,
and
are
telling jokes,
and very passionate about. We're very light and free. To know us is to love us. It's either you love us or hate us, and I don't care either way.
Yeah.
You know me, I don't care either way. I prefer,
Yes.
love us or hate us.
Yes.
I mean, and if I'm not, to me, if I don't ruffle feathers and we ain't doing shit, you ain't about shit. So knowing that we're ruffling a little feathers and people got opinions and are saying things lets me know, oh shit, then we actually have something to say.
Yes. There you it is what it is.
I do, and I appreciate it, and all love and gratitude to everyone.
Yes,
there's no mad. I'm mad because somebody.
No,
no,
of course not. No, it just shows, people are when you're, because this goes into the big topic that's been kind of going on in the world,
which is
Will Smith, Chris Rock, the Oscars.
The key everybody's talking about.
Yes, so I didn't even watch it. I heard about it, and then I saw the clips.
Me too.
Because I stopped watching Oscars years ago.
Yeah, and I'm into. I got smart TV, so and then TV cable out here in these streets is like too expensive for the shit.
Listen,
and then it comes on Hulu the next day. So
exactly.
What's the point? But social media was buzzy on that.
Yes, it is still going. It's like the craziest thing in the world. That's the biggest topic in the world, and
we
it's
got
like
bigger shit
we got bigger things to talk about, and everybody wants to.
But
give
everything
their opinion.
I always say. Again, my opinion. When things like that happen, is to get us out of the things that are really more important in the world. You know, when all of this stuff, then all kinds of shit that are going on, people are distracted. You know what I'm saying? That's two grown men dealing with whatever it is. Here's the thing. Now that we're talking about opinion and people voicing their opinion, question out there, even for you guys, the critics and everybody out there, do you think that voicing your opinion justifies people getting so mad that violence is
the answer,
right? So this is why wars and this is why things happen, because people voice their opinion. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's an opinion. Facts. Let's talk fact-based. If you're talking fact-based and it's wrong, then you have something to prove. You got proof that it's wrong. But opinion is an opinion. What's the definition of opinion? It's just somebody's thought. And people's opinion I've noticed that people are very sensitive about other people's opinion.
Oh, yes.
And how does someone's opinion factor or affect your life in a way that you can't function? You know?
It's to the point where a lot of people be like doxing people and finding their addresses, their jobs.
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy for an opinion.
Yeah.
An opinion, not a fact. It's called an opinion. I think people are taking opinions and making them into facts, which is not the case.
Yeah.
I think we need to go back into dictionary and going back and say, what is a fact? It's something that is proven.
Yep.
And when you have proof of it, that's a fact. But an opinion, everybody has one. Like I said, like an asshole.
Yeah,
everybody got an asshole.
Yeah.
So everybody has an opinion. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's like saying, I like pink and you like blue. Right? And then I said, well, my opinion, blue sucks.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I don't care. We're going to fight because I like pink and you like blue?
Exactly.
It's called conversation. It's called life. You liking blue and me liking pink doesn't affect my day-to-day life. It's just shit that goes on. And people are taking opinions to the core where it's affecting their day-to-day life. That's when you really have to look at yourself and
really reflect
on what is the core. What's the real reason?
Exactly.
And that's what people,
you're taking it too deep within yourself.
Yes. And so that's the whole, I think people are trying to figure out the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. That whole incident comes deeper from something else. You can't tell me he's a comedic actor and a comic telling a joke about something that she has put out there and has said, it doesn't bother me. I don't care what people think. This is me. I'm embracing it. To now going up and disrespecting. And to me, the biggest thing for me was black man on black man. On national TV for the world to watch.
It was crazy.
Just literally of going and say, see, this is why we don't fuck with y'all, because y'all don't know how to act. It's that simple. My opinion.
Yeah.
I think if it was maybe two white guys up there, two white comedians, I don't think it would have had this. People would have been like, ooh, ah. But again, we said, haha, this is the way.
I think it was because it was Will Smith. I think that was the shocking part.
And it was Chris Rock.
Well, yeah, Chris Rock. But I think it was because Will Smith, he's known as he's that clean-cut type of guy. And so I think that was the shocking part, even if it were a white guy or whatever. Like, I think that was why. My opinion, my thing is 10 years is too much. That was my end result. I think that was 10 years of ban. I think that's too much over something so like that.
Yeah.
I think that was just ridiculous, honestly.
Here's the thing. Because
we got some way worse things with these Oscar people.
And I think the punishment doesn't fit the crime. to me, it would have said out even, I don't care who it was.
Yeah.
If they would have said for the next 3 years or 5 years, let's just say whatever, you can't be nominated, you can't win. It doesn't matter what you do. We're not associating you with that kind of with any type of award with this due to the fact that he attacked a man who was doing his job. Okay, and it wasn't. In my opinion, and what I saw, it wasn't malicious. After I saw, he said, "I love you," like, hey, like coming out there with love. They might have had their own little beat, but comics are comics, and they're always gonna push the edge. You know, Dave Chappelle does his thing. D.L.
Why do you think he didn't do anything to Regina Hall? Because she made a joke too earlier on Will and Jada, but
because he's not a woman beater. Okay.
I'm not saying it had to be him, but what
yeah.
if it was Jada? Why didn't Jada say something to Regina?
Good question. I think it was because, again, it was a man saying something. It wasn't a woman saying something. And you know how us black women, how I can say it because I'm a black girl.
Then a woman can say something to another woman, but a man can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
so then that double standard.
Of course, there's a double standard
here. As women.
But here's the thing. That's where it's saying it's such a fucked up system and scenario. Because if me and you as friends, we call each other bitch, I'm not going to be offended. But a dude off the street call me a bitch, hell yeah. Well, you don't know me to be calling me bitch. Let's just say. And even if we're homies, you call me a bitch.
It's about the relationship.
Not only that, the innuendo and how it comes through. Bitch from a man to a woman was never with love and never with kindness. It's the meaning behind it when a dude calls a chick a bitch has never. I've never seen some dude be like bitch. But. Also tone. Yeah. There's certain things like if you got a guy friend and you call each other and you allow that, then there you go. That's a safe space you've created, right? As women, we know this. As women, we've always known that we could say or do things to each other and say things, and it's not a big, like depending. It also depends on the woman. It depends on the relationship. It depends on the context that the things are being said.
That's true.
Right? So, if Jada wasn't really, woman to woman understanding, she made a joke. Okay, I get you because you wear wigs, you wear weaves.
Well, no, she made a joke. Regina made a joke about the open marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's They're okay.
And they laughed.
Okay, because everybody knows and they put it out there.
Well, she put it out there about the hair too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he was a part of all that. So I think because he was a part of all it, he addressed it. They did their red table talk. He's like he took it in the chin and said, "Okay, I put it out there. Yeah. Everybody knows. We've discussed it. I can handle the jokes on that, right?"
Yeah.
All right. So now that portion of the hair, the alopecia, the whole thing. I will say, though, it's given a lot of light to alopecia. It's been around forever. Yeah. It's just given a lot more light. Maybe people will understand and have a better understanding, educate themselves on that. Because I know people who have it. Yeah. It is life changing, and you either embrace it or you don't. It just depends on yourself and whatever. But I will say maybe the good thing that will come out of it, maybe people won't be so quick to judge people women who are bald or don't have hair due to this, this disease.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not life-threatening. All it does is that, you lose all your hair.
Well, I think in general, because this goes into a deeper conversation, just like, unfortunately with Chadwick Boseman, when he was, very thin, everybody was giving opinions and talking about it, and come to find out, he had cancer. So it's like everybody wants to, if they see somebody, a celebrity, and talk about them, not knowing what they're going through.
This is where I say opinions. People have their opinions of shit. And it, at the end of the day, I'm sure somehow or another, Chadwick, when he was going through his cancer stuff, people giving their opinions and their 2 cents could really give a shit.
Joking about him and everything.
I don't think he really, think he really give a shit because he had big, again, that wasn't affecting his life the way he knew what he was dealing with. this is where I'm saying opinions don't really matter because at the end of the day, you don't live that person's life. I could opinionate all I want. Yeah. It doesn't mean that it's going to, and if it does affect people in that manner, and it's malicious, you going out there maliciously to hurt somebody, then that's a different context. When you and I are having conversation, this is, people got to understand that our world and where it's coming from in the context, this podcast was created by two girls, an SD and a client, a writer, that were in a room talking and saying, hey, wouldn't it be great if people always ask, what do you talk about in a room? This is what it is. Yeah. It should actually be, it's salon talk, barbershop talk. Yeah. It's called opinions. We're just letting you into our lives to hear our opinions on things. My opinion and your opinion of what we talk about doesn't affect our day-to-day life or how we treat each other. Yep. So people's opinions on the life, I have an opinion. Some people are like, Will Smith is right, and some people are Chris Rock is right. You know, I vote, and then it doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just an opinion. True. The people that are hurting the most and are being affected by this are Will Smith and Chris Rock. Everybody else, they're telling Chris, you need to talk about it. And he basically said, I ain't talking about it till I'm ready. Because it's his life. It affected him personally. Same with Chadwick, he's skinny, he's like that. He didn't care. The fact of the matter that he was fighting cancer and trying to survive, he didn't care other people's opinion. That doesn't affect his life in that way. Yes, there are more people that are more sensitive.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. I think we are in a more of a day and age of sensitivity.
Oh, yes. Big time.
A bit more sensitivity, and I think it's lack of communication with other people. Everything is based off of a phone and social media.
Yes.
Right?
It's insane.
People's opinion, people's thing, that to the point where you're like, dude, can we just have opinions without people fighting and going into this big, great debate? This is what life is right now. It's in a debate.
Yeah, well, there was a whole big old rumor started that Rihanna and her boyfriend had broke up because he cheated. And I'm like, where does this come from? Again, and the girl came out and said, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm not having an affair or nothing. I'm like, how do these people, do they not have jobs?
That's my point. This is the point of people have their opinion, want to start rumors. People take it. It went to the point from somebody starting a rumor and deciding to be it's fun that it ran with news. It ran like wildfire.
Yes. It's
with
insane.
No evidential proof. No facts, no proof.
It was insane.
It was somebody's opinion because they might have seen something or whatever, and it ran with wildfire, and people are like, It's like, dude, unless it's coming out of, like we would say, the horse's mouth, Rihanna, ASAP, that. And they would say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Yes, there's certain people that I would say, their actions speak louder. So if somebody's saying they're cheating, the whole Tristan thing, Chloe, you know what I'm saying? When they were saying he's cheating, he's cheating a few times. Yeah. So, my opinion was like, I'm not surprised. Somebody's like, how could he? That's my opinion. I'm not surprised. What the hell? The proof is in the pudding. He showed it every single time. Yeah. Fact-based. He's shown that he is a serial cheater. This is not my opinion. It is shown and it is proof that he was a serial cheater. So again, let's get facts and opinion correct. And, opinion in this podcast and everything else, the only reason I'm even addressing it is so that people understand where we're coming from. And this is an opinion-based podcast. When it is facts, we have facts and we have proof of the facts. But it's two women, grown women that have lived life, understand certain things, and have opinions about things because of the type of lifestyle and the life we lived. It's that simple.
Oh, yes. Of course. Of course. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's got a podcast and giving opinions. So it's...
can I get mad every time some brothers get on a podcast and bash black women? We've talked,
And we've talked about that,
my opinion is shut your ass up and quit, get off the mic. But then someone might say the same shit about me. Shut your ass up and get off the mic. Is it going to stop me?
No.
Absolutely not. No. Is it going to stop them? Absolutely not.
No.
Could a lot of criticism opinion and criticism and facts are 3 different things. So could a lot of criticism saying, hey, you're offending people, you're doing that, might stop back and be like, oh, maybe I can tone it back a little bit. Maybe I could take into consideration I'm hurting a group of people, but I'm not because of 1 or 2 people.
No.
You know what?
Sit down somewhere.
Go kick rocks. Go sit your ass. And nothing ever here is attacking a race, a nationality, a religion, because that is unacceptable.
Oh, no. Yeah.
We're talking about opinions on certain things that are happening. So a lot of, like you said, a lot of people have podcasts and decide they want to voice their opinions, if whatever it is, and like I say, we are a society of free will.
Yeah.
Okay? We're
supposed to be.
We're supposed to, but you do have free will.
I think to an extent.
You have free will when it comes to things like TV, podcasts, radio, reading.
Yeah.
Politics is a whole different situation and how things are. But as far as free will, your cell phone, social media, you have free will. If you don't like what somebody's saying, turn the shit the fuck off and keep on pushing.
I wish people would do that.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
I don't like somebody's opinion and it's bothering me and I don't want to hear it. Guess what I do? Click, change the channel, turn it off. No harm, no foul. Because there's somebody else who's interested in what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, if you're not interested in what we're saying and you're feeling some way, turn the shit off. Keep it pushing. Go somewhere else. Go find the thing that helps you feel positive and healthy in your life.
Yeah. True.
I'm not sitting here, no. Go find what is going to make you happy, positive, and feel good about yourself and what you're listening to and what you're watching. Don't listen if it makes you feel negative or you're not feeling happy about things. Then turn it off and find something else. Okay, because we have to be, as human beings, be responsible for our own mental health and our own happiness.
Lord knows.
Okay, and voicing your opinion and criticizing people that come from a good, safe, loving space isn't good for you. Okay? So I'm always saying we're all about love, peace, happiness, spreading, and giving opinions. And if it ain't your cup of tea, get a different cup.
I have I'm not going to say what I want to say because it's kind of a curse word, but
this is ours. We can say whatever we want.
I have three. I tell my friend this all the time, and there's 3 things I kind of rule by. The 3 F's. If you're not financing me, fucking me, or feeding me,
church.
It don't matter what you got to say.
That's what I say. Woo! I'm doing the church thing.
That's those 3 F's.
Ain't that the truth? If the 3 F's.
Yeah.
So that's why I give 3 F's.
Yes.
And in Spanish, as we say it real quick, a mí no me importa 3 carajos, okay? I give 3 shits.
There you go.
That simple.
Let's get into some trending topics.
Yes, please.
Have you ever gone? Well, I've never gone there, but Capitol Grill. They turned away the former mayor, Keisha Bottoms, when she tried to go there. She was, I guess, wearing leggings. And so they turned...
I'm sorry, who is this? Oh, sorry, say that again.
The former mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. So she went to the restaurant Capitol Grill.
Oh, okay.
And they turned her away because she was wearing leggings. Allegedly, there was other people that was there, and they wore leggings. They let them in.
Here we go.
But didn't let her in. Mm-hmm. And so now it's been trending all over, the media, social media, and all that stuff. And from what I'm gathering, they have a dress code. But I guess going back years, they only kind of follow that dress code with certain people. So it's one of those things where it's like, basically you're kind of, when you post these things, because she posts about it being turned away. And it's like, when you're posting these things, what are you, to me, my question is, what are you looking for when you're posting these type of things? Because she posted that she just got turned away from Capitol Grill. So are you looking for, some type of apology, or are you looking for some validation from other people that have had the same type of thing? I'm just curious because now it's all over, the news and everything. I've never gone there, so I don't know. But some places do have dress codes, I gather.
All right. Okay. Being too grown. What do you think? I have my opinion on why I think she did it.
I mean, I think she was looking for... I mean, she's former mayor, and I think she was looking to maybe get I feel like she was looking to get an apology, like, from them on social media. But at the same time, it's like, you're the former mayor. I feel like you have resources better than social media to get, if that's what she was looking for, to get an apology or something.
Could be. I mean, that's a good.
So I'm assuming she was looking for an apology.
Yeah, looking for a time for me.
But at the same time, I wouldn't even go to a place that turn me away. If you know this place has always turned people away, I wouldn't even frequent that place.
Here's the thing. You said it. Here goes someone who was the former mayor. Mm-hmm. So doors were open and things were done in a different way. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm sure she could have went to wherever she wanted to in sweats and a bikini, whatever she and not been turned away. So, you have that. And, once it's gone, you still sometimes have that mindset that that's the same way people are still going to treat you. Yeah. When you're in office, they know you make rules, you do things, you can change things. People are going to treat you a certain way. But when you're out of office, they know you have no kind of control, no kind of say, no matter. They're going to go, okay, well, we don't care. Yeah. So I think her, her being the former mayor, she probably was like, okay, I'm still, with respect, going places, was treated. Maybe how many times she probably went there and there was no ever an issue. Okay. Let's just say, like she may. I'm assuming. I'm making my opinion assumption. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah. She could have went over there and never had an issue, and now all of a sudden, because she's not mayor, now it's a double standard. So maybe she went to social media. Let's say, hey, like, this isn't cool. I've been there before. I see people there. Now that I'm not mayor. I'm going to call you out to basically say, hey, if you're the person that's going in there and you got clout, they're not going to say nothing to you. But the minute that clout's in the back and you, whatever it is, now they're going to check you and they're going to tell you things. So maybe that's why she went to social media. Because, here's the thing. Now social media has this idea or this kind of thing where it's very much cancel culture, right? You could go to social media and say, hey, people are being held accountable for shitty behavior, which before was not ever held accountable, right? So the same way she's like, okay, you might have used me and allowed me to do things when I was mayor. Now that I'm not, you think you're going to treat me a different way. Well, then I'm going to put you on blast.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
That could be it too. Or she could just be a regular she's a citizen now. She's not mayor, and saying, they didn't do this to me as a mayor. Now they're doing it to me. So how many other people are they doing this to? Picking and choosing. And, I understand it's a private establishment. Yeah. And they have the right to refuse service and they can do whatever they want to do. Now, if it's on a race base, certain things like that, a lot of these places are already like that. It's just now we're getting a bird's eye view, right front row seat with social media. Yeah, that's true. So maybe she wanted acknowledgement that they did wrong, and then they're not going to do that again. An apology for what they're doing. No, excuse me. Woo, girl.
That oat milk.
Yeah, oat milk, and maybe the change and to change rules and policies that are inclusive to everyone.
But should a business, I don't know if they're like private-owned restaurants, should a business we're both business owners. Yes. Should we have to, I guess, change the,
No, I think for me, as when I had my salon and I was, but for me, it was on a personal, one-on-one basis. Each client basis. Okay. I had a set rules and policies. As the owner, I can bend them and I could adhere to them by the client. Like if I had a client that's constantly late and then the next time I'm like, dude, no, you got it. I have that right
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you've been constantly late.
Yeah.
Okay? So my time is my money. So
Yeah.
you're not going to do that show, you know what I mean? Or I could be like, cool, no problem. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, if I have a client, somebody who's rude, disrespectful, disrespecting me, employees, anything else, then as an owner, I have the right to say, your service, I don't want your business or your service here.
Yeah.
Right? Now, on the basis of dressing, to me, it's a little, again, it's business wise. I see people naked. So if somebody wants to come, you know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to come in booty shirts and I could care less.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that's me because of the type of business I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
So and everybody's allowed to express themselves and be who they are and dress, hair. That doesn't negate who they are as a human being in my eyes, okay?
Yes.
But if you're talking about a restaurant, and if you're talking about a 5-star restaurant, and you're talking about fine dining, and I think there is a certain kind of expectation. You already know what you're going to when you're there, or what you're going to go.
Yeah, but if they allow other people to
That's
work,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then they have to allow, if you allow one, you have to allow
everyone.
all.
Yeah.
That's where I'm meaning,
Yeah,
yes, knowing that I see people naked, and people, okay, whatever. But if I'm going to, I don't think the on the basis it wants naked people in the restaurant.
Yes.
Do you know?
Yes.
So I'm just saying, so if they're going to do for one, they have to do for all.
Yeah.
You cannot be, and that's what we call discrimination.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it for one, you got to do it for all. And that's what I did with my client. I did everybody. Hey, I'll give you a couple of steps. The next time everybody knew, oh, well, did she do it to you? Yeah, she did it. Okay. There's no discrepancies.
Yes. Well, some other kind of trending topics, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's kind of been all over Twitter. Elon Musk bought some shares of Twitter. And so supposedly it was a big old thing. They wanted him on the board, to go on the board. He declined to go on the board, but now he's trying to take it over. And it's just one of those things where, a twofold, because I also want to talk about really quick Amazon too, with them creating a union. But do you think, kind of like with Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he bought Instagram. Now, if Elon Musk were to purchase Twitter, do you think it's going to be one of those things where, it's only going to be what he wants to get put out in the and then cut off everybody else and what their opinions are and stuff. So you think this is a good thing, bad thing? A monopoly type of situation?
Yes, I say yes to all of it, and I think yes, it's a monopoly.
Yeah,
it
crazy.
It is what it is. Those days.
And I do have a couple shares of Twitter, so it's very fascinating.
Yeah,
it's
let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
As they say, social media, I think, what kind of threw a wrench into everything and making everybody kind of shake a little bit was when TikTok came into this. That has nothing to do with Mark Zuckerberg. None of these. This has come somewhere else, and they came in and monopolized a whole. So I think people are scrambling to try to monopolize the whole thing and trying to get. So it could be a good thing in a sense where he might shake things up a little bit and make other people say, okay, now it's time for these creatives that are working for these big corporations to get together and say, you know what? We want our platforms. We want and have multiple platforms that cater to everyone and anyone and however you want your platform to be created. That it's kind of, this social media is kind of like cable TV.
Yeah. Well, I think
and phone carriers.
Yeah.
Let's keep that 100. You either have AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile. There's a bunch of other little ones that are great, but they don't have the.
They don't get as much. A lot of Black-owned social networks have been created, and they don't get as much. Of a.
Let's talk
platform.
about platform money talks, and if
Investors.
and if you're in that top 1% that controls. You're going to push the little guy to the side and say, you know what, we're not going to even let you at our table to talk because we know you have a good thing. But what they're willing to do is buy it from them.
Yes.
And add it to their shit so that way it keeps monopoly going.
Hello, BET. Okay, really quick before we kind of end off the show, Amazon. So they, a small portion, in New York, I believe, they created a union as workers and stuff for Amazon. And the young gentleman, Christian Smalls, I believe that's his name. So it's kind of been a lot of hoopla because he went on Tucker Carlson's show. And everybody's like, why did you go on the show? Fox News and all this, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, is that a bad thing to go on that network and talk about what you're trying to do? Every NBC, MSNBC, CNN, they're all corporate, Big Brother owned. But I think in order to, if you're wanting to be union and, keep the government out of, whatever, and take care of the little man, wouldn't it be a good thing to go on all these different shows? Even though Tucker tried to...
I know. I was going to say, out of all the people...
I know.
Out of all the people, okay. But then again, I could see why.
Yeah.
The exposure.
Yes.
That we're talking about it right now.
Exactly.
So in some way, shape, or form, it was a very good marketing idea to get there because he's getting his word and his even though it's Tucker, whatever, but now people are talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Get people moving, shaking, talking, like, hey, could this be a possibility? Could that be? I mean, I thought they had really, unions, unions used to be a really big thing.
Yeah. I have a couple friends and that are in unions and stuff like that, and even my brother, he's in a union where he lives at his job. And stuff. So it's like, I think they can be good, but I also think some can be greedy.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I think it's kind of history repeating itself. You understand? We have a kind of like a new world, with COVID and how people were treated during COVID and, benefits and money and all of these things that now it's kind of like, it's going back to a time, do you remember, when people were unionizing for their rights to be able to survive and do those things. So here we are again in an era where we have big corporations that took advantage and didn't take care of their people. And now they're like, dude, I think we need to unionize for our benefit. The company is making billions of dollars and we're still struggling to pay our rent. So
That's crazy.
Yeah. So again, how does that help? It's yes, the corporation could do, but understanding, as we know business and we understand that, they're about the bottom line and the dollar. Now, but without your employees, you're not going to get the bottom line and the dollar.
Yeah.
But so many people don't even think about that. And consumers, we're consuming, we're doing this, we're doing all these things that, the person working is like, dude, we need to unionize. We need to have somebody who has our back. And how more could we not say it when COVID hit, how we were treated.
Yeah.
There we go. And so
it opened a lot of eyes.
It opened a lot of eyes to people saying, maybe that union thing isn't such a bad idea. We got people speaking for us, demanding our rights, demanding we get paid more, demanding we are doing those things, or we're walking, because at the end of the day, I think corporations forget that without consumers also. We want what we want. We know it. We're used to a certain thing, but they also forget that there's people who are working behind that so that company can get to that point. And I always think about that, as a business owner who wants to grow in things, you got to look at your moral compass. There's moral compass and business compass.
Yes.
And you need your workers, but at the same time, you need certain money to grow more and do certain things. So it's a catch-22, but I'm not mad at him for doing what he thought he had to do and exposing and doing. Maybe things will change that way that they don't have to unionize, get some moving and shaking. But then again, let's hope though. But for us in California, since we're the damn, besides New York, us two they go, oh, we're giving $20 an hour. We're like, really, who cares?
Yeah. Listen, don't get me started.
Oh, yeah, like boo.
Don't get me started on that.
But for everybody else, that's a huge
deal. Yeah.
Huge deal, which I'm great. Like I'm sure they're happy for them.
But
I think we need a different. We need a whole different.
Listen, that's a whole nother 2-hour-long podcast about that. Okay, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
But, no, I think we'll see what happens. This is the first one, and so we'll see how it goes and if they continue to grow. And
yeah, I'm curious. I'm definitely going to be watching more on this case and see where it goes.
Yeah,
because this is a new era, right?
Yes.
So let's see if it's history repeating itself in a certain way, or is it going in a different?
Yes.
How are they going to unionize? What are they talking about? Is it going to be old school kind of union ways, new school? Like how is that a whole? Yeah. Whole thing.
And you should, we're going to close this out, but you shouldn't even have to fight to get basic needs as a human being. That's the crazy
know that,
thing.
But ain't.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I was going to say it is what it is. Like, do a shoulder shrug.
I know. Once again, lady, it's been fun.
Always.
Checking in with you, and we will be back with more. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for listening. Take a little time to enjoy your brand of Moscato and Tea with us every day. Subscribe, rate, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and MoscatoandTea.com.